channel and for another video. Thank you from Returning Scars for returning. Hello over here, my Scaris Beauty. In today's video I am going to be doing a Q&A on what I've been up to recently and what it's like to have two under twos. This video was highly recommended and I know a lot of you are mums to be, or just people who are just wanting to find out more about me. So I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and please make sure your notification bell is on before you leave, and let's go straight into the video. So I have asked you all to send me over some questions from Instagram on what you would like to know, what I've been up to recently and what it's like to have two under twos. So I'm going to go straight into the questions. There's quite a lot to get through, so bear with me by answering these. So first question is, how's life now you have two children? Life now with two children is amazing. I love how much love they both have for each other. Arlo is just over 1.5 now, so he's about, trying to think now, he is about 17-18 months now, and he's going to be 2 in November, and Axel has just turned 3 months old. So Axel's at that age where he can now interact with toys, so Arlo can now like help him hold toys, play with him with a few like baby toys as well. But I absolutely love the bond that they have together, and I couldn't picture it any better. Like Arlo and Axel together are like the cutest double act ever, and everyone keeps on saying they're gonna be double trouble when they're older. But I absolutely love being a mum of two. I must admit it was hard at the beginning, but I love it now because they're both in the same routine and they get along like a house on fire, and it wouldn't be any other way. That's how I could picture it, really. Like a mum of two, I just feel so proud of them both because they've both come so far together. Obviously Arlo was unsure when I was pregnant, and then as soon as Axel came he was still unsure then, until Axel has gotten older. He's now understood what Axel is, and Arlo's always saying baby, baby, constantly saying baby as in Axel. So he understands that there is a baby in the house, which is the most important thing, and he always is a very protective brother. So if Axel is crying, he would go over to him, make sure he's okay, give him his dummy if need be, and everything like that, really. It's just wow. That's all I can say. Another question is, how are you doing? I'm alright actually, I must admit I'm okay. There has been a couple of moments where I have been feeling a bit low, but then I've picked myself up again and just carried on as normal. Like there are days where I'm going to have bad days, there are days where I'm going to have good days, and it's just because I am still in the postpartum stage of healing. My scar could take up to a year to heal, so there'll be days where it is hurting and I don't really want to do anything, and there'll be days where it's absolutely fine and I get on with everything. The next day it's bad again. So whatever I do, it interrupts my pain, so the pain seems to go on the next day if I overdo it. My back, on the other hand, that has its bad and good days. Like today, it is awful, really, really bad, but that's just my scoliosis for you. Where my back is, that's how it is now for the rest of my life. Is my scoliosis is going to be there, full stop, and there's nothing I could really do about it apart from what physio have told me to do postpartum wise. So yeah, but other than that, I am good, and yeah, that's basically it. I am good now than I did feel not that long ago. So yeah, another question is, what's been the best night out with me so far? Now I know who this is. The best night out, wow, there's loads, honest to God. There is loads of nights out, but the best nights out always is just going out for food, being able to have a drink, being able to do something after. But also, this video will be going up before we go away, so that night out is going to be amazing when we go away, and I can't wait for it, to be honest. I cannot wait. But yeah, I must admit, food, drink, and then do something after is always the best nights with you. So the other questions I have got are to do with having 2 under 2s. So first question is, do night feeds wake up Arlo? At the beginning, night feeds did wake up Arlo because we were only in a 1-bed bungalow at the time, so it was really hard to be able to wake up and feed Axel without disturbing Arlo. But there were nights where it would disturb Arlo. Now that we're in a 2-bed, it hasn't, fingers crossed and touch wood, disturbed him as much as it did in the 1-bed bungalow that we had. So recently, over the last month, where we've got up to feed Axel in the night, Arlo's not woken up. There'd be an odd night where Arlo's in our bed because he's woken up in the night and couldn't go back to sleep in his, whereas been ours, and if we wake up to feed Axel, that don't wake him up because he's still asleep. Don't know how, but he is. But I must admit, night feeds at the moment are really, really good. Axel would wake up around 4 or 5 for a bottle and then go back to sleep until about 8, half 8, where there'd be most mornings where Arlo would wake up when we are feeding him and then just lie in our bed, and that would be about 5 o'clock, half 5 at a push. And then if not, then Arlo would sleep until about 6, half 6, just depending on what disturbs him to wake up. But yeah, the night feeds are good feeds. Next is, how is your daily routine with them? Our daily routine is the same every single day. So my partner would get up with... No, okay, let's rephrase that. I get up with Axel in the night for a night feed, and that would normally be around 4 or 5 o'clock. After that feed, I'll go back to sleep. Sometimes my partner would wake up with me, sometimes he doesn't. It just depends how he's sleeping from the night before, whether he's up early with Arlo or not. And then Arlo would normally wake up between 5 and half 6. So my partner would be up with him, leaving me to catch up on sleep where I've missed it from feeding Axel in the night. And then he would basically be up from around then. And then I will get up around about a couple of hours later, and I'm normally up about 8 o'clock in the morning. So then it basically starts from 8 o'clock when me and Axel are up. So I would go into the living room with Axel. Axel would then want his bum changed and a bottle, and then it'll be my partner's feed. And then I will do Arlo's breakfast, and that'll be between about half 8, 9. And then after that, Arlo would need a bum change and things like that. Axel will go down for a nap, and so on. On a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday, Axel will need a shower in the morning and Arlo will need a shower in the night. So that is how we do bath times on those days. And then within that morning, Arlo would play, have a snack, have a nap, where Axel would have a nap, have a feed, and then go back for a nap again. And then lunchtime is around 1 o'clock, and Arlo would have lunch with us, and then Axel would wake up not that long after for a bottle, and he would normally have a bottle between about 2:30 and 3:30. And then it goes on to snacks, so Arlo would have a snack while Axel is sleeping. And then it gets to 5 o'clock, Arlo will then have, a bum change and everything like that. This is obviously throughout the day as well. And then Arlo would also have dinner at 5, and then dessert straight after. Axel then wake up for football around 6:30, 7:15, and we get Arlo ready for bed around 6:30. And then so we put Arlo's toys away and everything like that, and then get him ready for bed. And then after that, it's pretty much bedtime, and Arlo's normally down in bed between 7 and 7:30, and Axel's normally having a bottle around the same time as Arlo, so a bedtime bottle. They both get settled in both different rooms, so it doesn't disturb them both from sleeping or eating, for that matter, because with Axel having bottles, it seems to disturb Arlo at the beginning of getting to sleep. So, and then after Axel has that bedtime bottle, he then sometimes is unsettled in the evening, and sometimes he is tired and has a nap until his bedtime feeds. When Arlo's in bed asleep, Arlo will then sleep from about 7, 7:30 all the way to the morning, which is about 5, 6, which is a bonus because he sleeps through. Some nights he'll wake up and get into our bed. It's not a problem because it don't really disturb us. It doesn't disturb him, and it doesn't disturb Axel either. And then Axel would have a bedtime bottle around 10, 11, and then that'll be it until about 4 or 5 in the morning for a bedtime feed. So that is our daily routine from start to finish. It is long-winded, but it's the same every single day without fail, and it works for us. And that is the routine that we like here, and compared to what we did in a one bed. And let's just say the least, it is easier here with a 2 bed than it is with a 1 bed, and you can imagine the struggles in a 1 bed. No thank you. Right, another question is, will you have any more children or just one? Do you mean just 2? I was going to say that as just one. You mean 2. So, we have recently spoken about having kids in the future, but at this time being, we have both said no more kids, because where I'm recovering, it takes up to a year, and it is more likely for you to have a C-section again after you've had a C-section previously. So I cannot admit that we do or do not have any more kids. We do not know. It just depends what the future holds, and we're not broody at all at the minute, and we're not in a rush to have any more if we was to think about it. But we are loving life of 2 kids at the moment, and we're going to enjoy it while we can and while they grow up together. And last but not least, the best things about it and the hardest. So the best things about being parents to Arlo and Axel is them being so close together. The age gap is amazing. They can grow up together, which is only like a small little gap between them. That the fact they can share their own room together, that they can enjoy the same activities as each other, same TV as each other, which they do, because Axel would just lie there and watch anything, and then Arlo would be like, yep, I'll watch whatever Axel watches as well. So it's easy. I just love having them both so close in age. I just love that the bond that they're having. I just couldn't picture a better life right now, especially with 2 kids. Like, it changes you for the best. The hardest things is when they both don't settle at the same time, when one of them settles and one of them doesn't. Another hardest thing is when Arlo cries, Axel then cries, so then they both want attention when they're crying. Another thing is Arlo's starting to have tantrums, so his tantrums do make Axel a bit scared, because he's obviously never pictured that before or anything like that, and something to get used to. Another thing is, like, one day might go really well, the next day might go really bad, so that's the hardest thing of all. And also if the routine starts going out the window, that is also the hardest thing, because you just got to keep carrying on with the routine. It might change some days, it might not change some days. It just depends on everything really. But yeah, that is basically all the questions I have got asked for this video. So thank you to everyone who has asked me those questions, and I hope I have answered them all for you. And if you'd like to see more of these Q&A videos, then please let me know down below and I'll be sure to do them. And I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and please make sure the notification bell is on before you leave, and I'll see you all soon for another video. Love to you all. Bye guys.